off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payment.
Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so pretty much done with everything, and I wanted to take some time out and to go over what all has been done to the car from start to finish. For those of you who don't know, this is a 97 Z28. It's a 30th anniversary edition, all leather interior, power everything. Bought the car in 2006, I do believe. Actually just bought it just after our wedding in 06. And wanted something fun, wanted something fast, and really, I think I was probably early 20s by then. And coming off of round track and demo derbies and whatnot, I've always loved the V8s. I mean, there's no better sounding engine than a V8, an American V8. But at the same time, I'm also not one of those old school guys where they, you know, they're pretty much all motor guys, you know. They don't really believe in power adders. But anyways, I never really wanted to kind of get out of the whole street car thing. My dad was into the race cars, but mainly street and strip cars. He definitely loved that area. He never really truly wanted a full-blown drag car. And I pretty much have always kept that same mindset. It's fun to be able to take the car to the strip and just, you know, go as fast as you possibly can, then go race, and then go and just drive it home. Now, I've never been a big fan of always having to load your car up on a trailer unless you're a long distance away. But this build has been probably about a good 2-year build. And yes, you have to have deep pockets for things like this. But especially in today's economy, it's pretty bad. But you know, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna jump through the necessary hoops in order to achieve what you want. But I got a little list here. I wanted to pretty much kind of explain everything and what all was done to the car. Again, this build's been about a 2-year build, and it's just now it's getting done. We started on it. Sadly, the same year my dad passed away in 2018. We started then, and we just got the engine done. Essentially, everything really kind of done, ready to roll for putting it reassembly in last year as of 2022. It is now 2023, a month in, and the engine is a 390 stroker. It is a Generation 2 LT1. It's all cast iron. It's not the aluminum one that they're bringing out now. This is the old school. This is the same engine that came out of the car. The heads, intake, and cam are all done by Lloyd Elliott, and you can pretty much find him on Instagram. The block itself, all the machine work was done by Bob McVeigh from McVeigh Motorsports. And you can find him locally from here, Mount Vernon. Just make sure I was covered all that. Yep. All right. And that, of course, if I didn't mention it, it's all the machine work was done by Bob. And now the reassembly of the engine was taking place next door from us, and that's Throw Ride Unlimited. And it can be found here locally as well from Mount Vernon. And the power adder on it it's a big old Procharger, but it's an F1R. It is air-to-air intercooled. Blow-off valve. This is I do believe what they call a 3-core intercooler. And Vibrant couplers, T-bands, all that was purchased from Vibrant as well. As you can see, the big red blow-off valve. The transmission is still a stock. It's a stock. The housing of the transmission stock. It is still the 4L60E. The 4L60E was done by AJ's Transmissions, and that is in Akron, Ohio. And the owner there is his name is Al Varner Jr. You can contact him. He doesn't just work on aftermarket stuff. He also works on your typical daily drivers, all those type of transmissions and whatnot. He put a whole bunch of goodies inside the transmission, and what I'm referring to is a lot of it is billet, a lot of billet, and I do believe, see here, yeah, I do believe it has the Rosslock, the trans brake as well from Rossler. I do believe everything else was Sonex. It still is the 4-speed with overdrive. So I wanted to keep that overdrive for the highways because this is a cruiser as well. I still want to have fun with this car. I don't want to just take it to the track and that's it. The converter it's from 501 Perfect Converter, and that's also in Akron, Ohio. And it is with the lockup. The fuel system is a Racetronics dual 450 fuel pump, and the regulator is an Aeromotive adjustable fuel regulator, and still has stock fuel rails. The lines are all still stock. Pretty much just kind of upgraded what was needed to be upgraded at the time. Later, I will be getting a braided hose, and it's probably going to be just after the car starts. As far as the ignition system goes, it does have the individual coil packs, which is the 24X conversion, and that's from EFI connection. Like I just mentioned, the individual coil packs. The computer is an LS1 computer, and everything is done on the laptop via HP tuners. And that is also we are also from Through Limited. The gentleman Paul Bricker, who built the engine, he also tunes it next door on the dyno. As far as suspension goes, actually we just added the Viking Crusader coilovers, and I actually just got the car height completed. I think it's probably about a week ago. We lowered the front down a lot, and then the rear we lowered it as well, and then we tightened up the rear, I do believe. And right now the fronts are kind of split at a 50-50 mix. Once we start making some street hits and whatnot, and then go to the track, it's going to be adjusted accordingly. And that's just only because the previous the previous springs on it were from BMR, and they were just stock lowering springs, not stock, aftermarket lowering springs. And I was still able to achieve I think it was a low 1 second, like 1.2, 60 foot, and we actually achieved that with the lowering springs. So I pretty much plan on the coilovers being a complete and total game changer. The rear end is still a stock GM 10 volt. The gears currently are 456, but we're going to be putting the 373s in before it goes on to the dyno. As far as stopping power goes, we have the aerospace components, the 4-piston brakes. They're the billet aluminum ones, and they're nice. They're nice. And out back we have the Motion Raceworks I do believe it's a 420 is the number. It's a parachute. I know I've caught some flack here and there off the parachute. I know people kind of like to compare numbers on via trapping. You know, hey, do you think that car needs a parachute? Do you think that car's going to be fast enough for a parachute? In my own personal opinion, parachutes are there for safety. You shouldn't have to, just because NHRA says so, you shouldn't have to be able to put a parachute on if your car is running 120 or 100 mile an hour, either an eighth or quarter. If you feel that you're going to be out there doing that, and you want to have the extra, you know, sense of mind that there is a parachute out back, and if you're going too fast, or you know, you're whatever on your brakes, I think anyone who's going out there on a repetitive schedule, going out there and racing at the track, you can easily pop off a parachute mount. So, to me, the parachutes are not there just for speed. They're just for the driver's safety. All around, it's all based off of safety. So, the car itself, I trapped, my personal best was a 134 1/8. And back then I didn't have a parachute on it, and I wish I did, because my front brakes were I overworked them that day. So, according to the couch potatoes, I shouldn't need a parachute. But no, I also have I also have the fire extinguisher in there. I upgraded the front brakes to the aerospace brakes, parachute. I redid the entire cage. So, safety to me is extremely important. It really is, and this should be for everyone. As far as the racing stuff goes, I've got the neck harness, or the neck brace, the shoes, actual fire shoes, fire gloves. I wear everything. So, that should be everyone's top priority, is safety. But it's all based off, you put a parachute on your car, you must think it's really fast. No. So anyways, it's got the 420 parachute, and I just covered some of it. As far as the interior goes, we took out the mild steel cage, and we put in a chromoly cage, just a 10-point chromoly. I have aluminum race seats in there because, once again, for safety, your stock seats that come with any real factory car, they're not the best seats. You're saving some weight, but those aluminum racing seats are I think they're just important. But I've got both of those in there. Everyone has safety harnesses. I have outlaw shifter, and the seats in the back for the boys are still the stock leather seats. But again, I didn't want to go to an all-out aluminum race seat in the back as well, just because I wanted to keep the car as stock and as streetable as I possibly could. So, that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to go over. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Fairly certain I covered everything for the engine, transmission, interior and exterior. So that's about it. But I'm actually looking forward to getting it started up, and getting the engine primed again, and then getting it started up. And after that, we're gonna get the gears in it and on the dyno. So everything's coming pretty quick. If you guys have not subscribed, please do so. If you guys are, just be sure to click the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and share if you could. If you could, please share. I'm trying to get this thing. We've already we've been doing pretty good on the channel. We just surpassed 620 subscribers. But a lot of the algorithm is not showing it, so I have a lot more people watching than I do I have a lot more people watching unsubscribed than I do people subscribed. So I need to pump some of those numbers up. But alright, guys, that's pretty much it. Once the car's up on the dyno and whatnot, and everything's ready to roll, I'll be sure to I'll be posting, probably go live actually, on probably both Facebook and YouTube. Everyone can see it, but yeah, I would love to go over some of the numbers and whatnot, but with it being my old setup, or that was with my old setup, I'm pretty much starting from scratch, so I'm not really sure what the car is going to run. But previously we ran a low 5, and after that, pretty much it. So, trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else. If you guys want to know cost-wise, on how much this stuff costs, if you guys get enough comments in the comment section off that, let me know, and I will go ahead and do another video discussing the cost of everything. It is expensive, especially staying with the Generation 2 LT1. If I would have went with an LS, I probably could have saved easily, probably about 10 grand. But it was kind of important for me to, stay with the LT1. So, and not to mention with the 4L60 in the middle. I think for the most part, I haven't met anybody else that's been doing what I've been able to accomplish with the 4L60E and keep it going. So that pretty much covers everything. But alright guys, appreciate you guys hanging along so far. I'm gonna have more videos coming up soon, so be sure to be on the lookout. Alright guys, have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching everybody. I appreciate it very much. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and share if you could, please. Thank you.